Good morning. So it's a little small group as of now, and we can beautifully churn through one of the Murli, Avyakta Murli that you heard very recently in the last 1 week, and that is the Murli from 13th of October 1992. So are we all ready? So do you remember what we heard? I just highlighted some of the parts and we can churn on it. The most important aim of this Murli was that do you realize you are a student and a godly student? Student means you have an aim. So is it okay to become just any number just to pass or be number one? So that aim makes a difference, first of all, even in the worldly way, that which number you will get. So here, if we first of all consider it as a godly study, then the aim comes to become number one. And of course, as we churn through all the Murlis, as we listen to Baba's Murlis, we know that this is everything for the soul. I, the soul who is playing a part here, um, is meant to, and also the soul who lived through many births with that original qualities or eternal qualities of the soul. That is me. The purpose here is to express that. What extent I am expressing that, or at the moment want to express that, I have to churn on that actually. So otherwise, it's a purpose. Purpose of soul coming here is to express its original, eternal qualities. And if I am not expressing that, there is never a fulfillment or contentment or satisfaction in life. So that is the bigger aim, to know that why soul is here, not to experience discontentment or feeling low or anything at all. That is because I have forgotten at the moment. But the thing to remind myself is that that is my true nature, soul's nature that Baba explains. And that is what I have lived with. It's not that I never expressed it. And I have to go back to my true self. I have to cleanse myself. So that is a bigger goal. But in that, Baba very beautifully explains in this Murli that to become number one, what do you have to do is to put the knowledge and yoga into practical form. It is not just to listen, but how much have I become a practical form of it? So we'll discuss a little in that. The biggest obstacle that comes is the way of living for last 63 months that has become sanskars. But if I don't pay attention, that will always be an obstacle in between, not making me feel an obstacle. That feels more righteous, the way the world functions, the way I function, in the forgetfulness of my true I. Baba is asking most important question at the very beginning is that he is the teacher and we are the students. It's the godly school. And the teacher is the same, Baptad. And students are also the same, like they are receiving the same study. Then why it is number wise? Because the everyday Murli is the same and it is spoken everywhere. Okay? So I was asking that what do you remember from this movie? Not sure, but it's a beautiful, beautiful way, Baba. So first of all, let's bring out to our attention as we are sitting here that I'm sitting in the godly school. Baba is the godly teacher and the student, and the goal is to become number one. Number one, Baba is explaining where the attention has to be. If that is distracted, then I become number wise. Why we become number wise, even though the murli is the same. Baba saying the method is not to listen to it, not just to listen to it, but every elevated version has to be put into your practical. Why the number wise happens? There is a number, same teacher, same study, same material, same way given, not more, not less to any single one. That is because the method is not just to listen. After listening, really, how much we study it, churn it, to understand it deeply, to apply practically. Otherwise, it's the sanskar of devotion, anyways. We listen to elevated versions, we sing prayers, we do chanting, we love it. It gives much peace. We enjoy it, but are we staying just to that level? Knowing everything, we don't do that one step extra, that is to practically apply what I'm listening to. The elevated version has to be put into your practical form, and to be able to put into practical form, we need to understand it as well. If we don't understand, then how will we apply it? So in this Murli particularly, Baba is saying that there is a difference created between the aim and the quality. Aim is the same, but we don't live a life according to that. I will put it as a devotion sense. Do I still have it where I say, that's okay, I like it and I have to do some work, and I know it's Baba teaching, it's all true, but well, life goes in a different way, life keeps us busy, there's so many other things to do. Do I allow to bring my mind, my soul into ordinary stage of just doing things in an ordinary way? Baba is also touching on that do anything, but it will be extraordinary. It will feel elevated if you begin accurately from the beginning to apply. So there is a difference between aim and qualifications. And Baba then talks about the force. What is that we need to study? So understanding the four subjects is giving here that those four subjects are interconnected. They're related to one another. You start with one and become practical in it, means that becomes your way of living without any other question. And all other three subjects will start to reform in a practical way. Baba is saying if you imbibe the one subject of knowledge completely according to the right method, you put every word of the knowledge into your practical form, then that knowledge is just of two words. What is that knowledge that we have to put in the practical form? Baba says two words only, creator and creation, alpha and beta, which is actually the introduction of me, my real birth. It's a new birth of me knowing myself that I am not this body and role. I'm not the Anu, but I am a soul, child of the Supreme Soul, the source. We are all energies. We never die. And we have that elevated qualities in us forever, intact, not touched by any of these walls, any lower energy. We understand that. Along with that, Baba also gives us understanding that you have forgotten. The sanskars have come along as an obstacle of playing a part in the state of forgotten about my true self. So there is so much limitedness. So there is differences between people, and we say he's better, I'm less, which is not true at all. And so we have created limitedness to our perspectives have changed. We don't even see things accurately. So Baba says that it is the sanskars that makes you feel your truth is different, you are less, but the truth is you are the energy, the soul, child of God, and that's the only truth. So when these two words come into our consciousness, it is not two words. We have to go deeper to understand. So it is the whole essence of the whole knowledge that Alpha is the ocean constantly, and are his qualities, and so are our qualities. That's where also father and child concept comes. So everything as the Alpha creator Baba is, so I am, such a deeper subject. We have to hold it in our heart. I think that is where everything, the whole knowledge of who Baba is, what is his duty, work, how does he function, all come into it, in front of our attention. But energy or consciousness is constant. Baba is bringing that attention to it, that it doesn't need mind or intellect to prove anything to it, to show it a way for it, that what is right and what you should do. Consciousness is so quiet, silent, full, like we have heard about Alpha Baba. So this is a very deeper subject and churning, but if we even do a little churning, that stays in our heart and it starts to increase, and that is what is important. However, Baba said these are the two words for knowledge, and having clear understanding of the Father, the Creator, means that the introduction of the Supreme Soul and the relationship with Him becomes clear. And it's not only clear, understand it and churn it enough to carry it in your awake consciousness. Very important. Baba says knowledge is just two words, but whole knowledge is in that, right? So how much do I churn on that, and how much my mind is used for other? I think somewhere if we start to note it down per day, then we can bring our mind away from many things that is not needed. And can I make a conscious effort to think about Baba, whole drama, the whole knowledge? Where am I? And it's time for me to cleanse all the impurity, forgetfulness. So that you are the creation, and creation means the first. Remind yourself that I am an elevated soul, and what my part as a soul is in this only. That is in this only drama throughout the entire. Remind yourself the most elevated part, and you play the most elevated also part with God at the confluence age of not only awakening yourself but the whole world. That is like the lighthouse. You stay in your, and you stay awake with the knowing that God is with you, holding your, not only bringing you back to your elevated self, making you experience the power you to help people around you. Because in the fourth text, the service is also there. Baba says after that that to be an embodiment of an elevated soul and to play an elevated part at all times, you sometimes remember this and you sometimes forget. So, Smriti and Vismrit, the game of remembering your truth and forgetfulness. So we have the knowledge, we forget. Means it doesn't hold true to me because way of living has been the ordinary way, which we think I have to do it now. This, that, morning, get ready, go to office, look at the project. That is a way of living, but that becomes our natural, or we are convinced that that is the right way. But we can take a practice of how much time do I see the soul in me is doing all that. And the soul has nothing to do with the outcome. Its soul is here to do it, just to put the energy to what is in front of you, because what may come out doesn't define the soul. Is constant, whole. If we can really free ourselves from that outcome, and that defines soul's like me, the soul in the body's image, then everything will flow accurately. So soul's energy will be used and it will play out accurately. That will always give me right result and right experience. And even more to that is, if the outcome even doesn't come out positive, the way I have put the positive energy of my truth, knowing my truth, I have the knowledge that it can also happen, the outcome, according to the story. And the story is according to my actions. So the law that is left with the soul to move through this physical world, law of karma. That's why everything is wholeheartedly accepted. So that would be the result if I remember my truth. And what is the time? Baba has come. So knowledge is much deeper, not just these two words, but how much do I read and hold it in my awake memory or consciousness. Then Baba says that yoga is also based on these two. So, right, so creation and creator and connection. So that the purification, that's yoga. So Baba says, who are knowledgeful or enlightened souls are definitely also yogis. And so, yogi souls dharana, who are jnani and yogi, their dharana or way of personality actions, Baba is asking, would be elevated or weak? They are knowledgeable, but they do not have the stage of being an enlightened. So if my dharana, that is the third subject, is weak, means I may know the knowledge, I can that very well, means that is the power of the intellect, I can remember very well, can put it into words and explain, but I'm not an enlightened soul age. I'm not in that stage of yogi soul. They are those who try to have yoga, but they do not have a yogi life. A life is constant and it is not. So yogi life and trying to have a yoga. So that's why I brought that thought that it's a devotion, just having joy and doing for a little while by connecting with Baba. That won't help us. Baba says, you are a constant yogi, having a constant you. And your natural yogi means the original nature is that of yogi, means original eternal qualities of the soul, the elevated qualities and sanskars of soul will be natural my way. So we can check the percentage in that how much I'm natural or not natural. What is the gap? That I am a soul, child of God in the physical world in this journey and being cleansed now. But in turning on that deeply and realizing will help to finish any gap between just being one who does yoga or one who is a yogi. Baba says the sanskars of forgetfulness and weakness of 63 births have become the original nature of your Brahmin life. And that is very deep, that the way of living, the thoughts, the patterns, the decisions we make very instantaneously. If I don't slow down and in the quietness, in the stillness, don't see myself, I'll miss out that they are still guiding me. They feel natural as the way I was before. There's a lot of change in me, definitely, getting Baba's knowledge. But so my effort won't be as effective. I can become lazy, careless, because they become obstacles. The way of living outside, the way we have been living in relationships at work front and all, they give us satisfaction still, because it's a sanskars according to the actions I did in my forgetful state. 63 words. So, do I see it and do I challenge myself to come on? So, Baba says that weak souls would say, always an excuse. I don't want to do this, but it happens. I'm like that. But I have to stop relating myself to that. Say that's not right. That's I'm a soul. My truth is only a soul, child of God. Then where is the question of I like this or I like that? When we create so many thoughts saying that um, all this childhood trauma and all that psychology they talk about, that is just holding on to something. Is gone. That might have created some effect in the psychology, but if now increase our memory, reminding the self that I'm God's child, and that fades away automatically. But it's a process, knowing that what is the gap between nature that I think my own nature and that original nature. So not anymore owning the old weak sanskars, saying that, oh yeah, I feel to do that way or I'm like that. Not anymore relating to it. Baba says every action of those who have a jnani life and a yogi life is naturally filled with knowledge and yoga. That is, knowledge and yoga become their nature. I'm a yogi soul connected with my truth, with Baba, and I know the whole now. And that becomes my natural personality. So, according to that, because they're a naturally yogi and knowledgeful soul who remember the knowledge and who are connected with Baba, they are able to perform elevated actions and yukti-yukt action. So see, all the three subjects are connected. But the essence is remembering creator and creation, knowledge and yoga. What is knowledge? And I'm connected with my true identity, being a soul, and with Baba. Then, of course, automatically, Baba says, naturally, your actions will be yukti and elevate. When knowledge and yoga become your original nature, that is known as having a jnani. Baba, there are two categories. One who listen to and speak knowledge, but put it into their life, into their capacity. So capacity is that justification. Oh, I have to do other things. That's more important. Yeah, I think I'll do this way. But your limited way is still guiding you. If that's what slowing down in the quiet and stillness, look at yourself. Then I have to come out of any capacity to tell myself that I'm unlimited. Whole means whole and full, and I should not do this. The second category, Baba says, those who make knowledge and yoga the nature of their life at every moment. So every moment I see challenge, but maybe not being hard on yourself, but checking and taking few moments to dissolve the weak way and remind the self that you are a soul, this is you. Whatever it can be, how you can do that, you have to look at it. You may create a vision, you may write something, a vision of freeing yourself, opening up a tie, and not, I don't know, what could it be? But taking a few moments to very quickly observe yourself and ask yourself, is it the elevated yogi and jnani way or the weak way of forgetfulness, state of forgetfulness that make us number wise, Baba is saying. Those who have the nature of being jnani and yogi will naturally have dharana. Their nature and sanskars will naturally be the embodiment of dharana. They will not have to make repeated effort to imbibe this virtue or to imbibe that virtue. But at the time of laying their foundation, they would have made their life on the basis of Gyan, Yoga, and Dharana. Not easy about a weak, weak sanskar taking over, but also Baba is saying not repeatedly making effort. Like Mama was the example. Once she attention brought to her, she would not do that. She would not repeat it. Baba said, "You can never cry." She never cried, but it's possible, right? Whole is whole, emotionally, everything. No matter what's happening is a story, but like that, like Mama could do, we have to also see where do I become weak emotionally, and one time it comes to my notice I cannot do that. I have to commit to myself and put that bar on me of work that you cannot do that, not even a single one more time. Baba says, don't make effort to repeatedly imbibe something that is you are becoming weak, not able to imbibe it, but think of laying your foundation. This is the cycle is changing now. So, what is that I want to put in my foundation? And actually, what you're putting in your foundation is your truth. That is always there. It's actually cleansing, cleaning out any obstacle, the negative sanskars are the dirt on the foundation that's making it. Foundation has to be made on the basis of Gyan, Yoga, and Dharana. Such souls are called easy yogi souls, easy Gyani souls, and souls who are easily an embodiment of. These subjects are connected, and then Baba says they easily become images of perfection automatically because the dharana is seen in them, and they become the bestowers. Like they are always there for others. That is actually soul's quality. Soul is free, not tied up with anything, and soul is naturally giving. Soul consciousness nature is constantly radiating. It doesn't see should I go, shouldn't I go. It doesn't stop, but it is constantly the energy is moving out of you. So here, when the sanskars become dharana, become elevated, bestow over whatever you do think is giving something to the. So the service is automatically connected in that as well. So I was saying, not just to understand, put it into practical form. You wish to become number one, then you must put knowledge and yoga into your practice. I think I'll stop. That was the main aspects. If you want to discuss, we can. I want to bring just one aspect in this. I don't know if you know, it's something that happens in front of us physically. It is called the metamorphosis, the how a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. It's very interesting, fascinating in biology. They have it that first step is the egg. The butterfly lays an egg on a leaf, like cabbage or something, so that there is food. As soon as the little tiny larva or the small bug comes out, like the caterpillar, it has food. Will lay eggs in a proper leaf where they start to eat. Second stage is larva, like a tiny that kind of caterpillar going around and eating and eating and eating. It just eats, eats and eats and becomes fat. And the caterpillar becomes fat and its skin changes 3 to 4 times, like the snake, what that's about. And that there is a so that then there is a point comes where the caterpillar wants to die. It doesn't want to eat anymore. There's a shift that happens. And so it creates a shell around it, a cocoon, and sits inside it, not eating anything. And its body starts to dissolve. Is actually. When the body dissolves, it forms a nice, like a mother's womb, in which there are two very tiny cells called imaginal cells. The name itself is imaginal because scientists don't understand where it comes from. It is not there, but it is there, hidden. Those 1 or 2 cells start to grow. It's in the body that is dissolved into liquid in the cocoon, that tiny cells start to grow. And those tiny cells have their own DNA. It's the butterfly. They have wings and all, completely different than the butterfly. And then finally, when the complete transformation happens, then the butterfly comes. And there are two hormones that play in this. First one is called juvenile hormone that makes the butterfly to eat meat. Sorry, not but caterpillar. So we have to see. We also want, like a cat stage. The juvenile hormone, it's like want and want, Maya. Everything is attractive. This way of living, this way of accumulating in life. But at some point, for the caterpillar, the other hormone surpasses the juvenile. The other hormone is called ectisone. When the ectisone increases a little even, it is a glimpse for the caterpillar that it feels like a lot done, like vairagya, like a disinterest in eating comes. And as the ectisone increases, more and more it starts to dissolve its body. It doesn't know though that it is turning into a butterfly. It will have altogether new life, but it has no interest in this old life or eating anymore. And then a butterfly is formed. So for us, it is the same when the knowledge awakens us that my introduction, I get my own introduction. I get to know knowledge is that a hormone that makes me feel, we all have that feeling that I don't want to live anymore the older way. That is not the right way. But then increasing the knowledge, so by churning and all, like how much do I hold on to it? It's not, Baba says it's an unlimited disinterest. So you are not going to go into a cocoon, but you will have to interact with everyone. But that memory of me, God's child, elevated being, at the right, I'm his child, that memory has to be so strong that while interacting, I don't forget. I don't mistaken, thinking myself as Anu, but the soul. And here, I also don't know exactly how deity would be, but yet Baba tells me you are a deity. Deity is this way of living. That is the new knowledge, the hormone. And then I'm transforming into an angel and deity. Another interesting thing in this is that not every caterpillar turns into a butterfly because they don't want to dissolve their body. They don't want to die. It is death of the ego. Ego is this temporary identity of Anu. Nothing like Anu. It is the soul, and everybody is equal. But like the even caterpillar, their transformation is little or half or not at all. Like that, we don't surround ourselves with this knowledge so deeply through heart's experience, like a cocoon, transformation cannot take place. Is our willingness to really not resonate with the ego, let it die, so that soul, angel, deity can, spread its wing. The birth can take place. I was remembering that because in this Baba is making effort and explaining us to connect all the four subjects and become naturally knowledgeful and yogi and dharana yukt. Is the essence is that the knowledge, how much do you remember creator and creation and not relating with our old sense. That's what I wanted to share today. I would love to bring to any discussion if you want. One, Master Susan. I hope everybody's with me here. It's a Sunday morning buffer day.
Sister Om Shanti.
Oh, Shanti Vinod.
In this very story of the butterfly transforming, uh, there was one more story, you know, not seeing the caterpillar actually come out very difficult way. Somebody tries to break that cocoon and the butterfly loses its wing and it cannot fly anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everybody will go through the drama and only then they'll be able to transform. Everybody will have to face situations and times, whatever comes in part of life, and only then they'll be able to successfully fly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this was another story linked to the same story of transformation.
That's beautiful. So everybody has to go through the drama, and that the cocoon is that only that let the drama not affect you. Hold on to the knowledge and truth, and that's an effort. Baba says, make the effort. But if my aim is not forgotten, the imaginal selves, right? That you are a deity soul, elevated soul, then and drama has to happen. I have to allow the drama and stays in unshaken energy, consciousness, chetana, a soul, then that's the cocoon actually in a practical way. Trusting that faith and trust. Everything is for the betterment, it's for benefit. Um, so that's what I was relating with it. What are the knowledge essence points that everything is benefit? It is freeing me. So I can become just an observer and not affected. What is that? I can remind myself and hold on to that I'm not, so that the transformation can take. The focus is in the elevated quality. So in that, I'm saying caterpillar doesn't know imaginal cells are growing, but we know. So we have the focus point being like the Father, and these are my qualities and virtues. Thank you. But also in that there's a willingness, right? Do we want to transform? Then I have to allow the ego not coming in my way. Ego means, again, anu. We can all churn on that as well. What is it? Everything you have is a point of ego for you. That becomes an identity for you, but it is not a truth. So all false identity have to remove. So and so, and I'm good this way. Nothing. When that doesn't define the soul and my awake consciousness now, then no one can affect me. No ego. It's okay. People can say or do anything. And I flow as a soul. Thank you. Is there anything else anyone wants to? Okay. So if not, let's kind of wrap up with a little meditation. So all of you, and for this opportunity on this beautiful movie. Yeah, let's take a few moments. Just relax wherever you are. Literally let your body relax. Check your shoulders are loose. You're breathing easily. And bring your attention to that beautiful shining light at the center of your forehead that is radiating effortlessly, beautifully, constantly, radiating peace, that gentle touch of its light you're feeling in every part. See that light at the center of the forehead in action. That is you, the spiritual energy, the soul. And it is an endless source of pure love that accepts everyone, that let the things happen, that doesn't control, doesn't force, is seeing you the light that is loving, respectful, full of acceptance, wisdom, peace, power, bliss, and you are the pure soul. Nothing of this drama, of this world affect you. You simply become an observer, watching everything happening as it is. And you are merged in the love that is showering from the Supreme Soul. And you feel the Supreme Soul surrounding you as your constant companion, holding your hand. And that is the only truth. You, the soul, is connected with the source of love, wisdom, purity, power, peace. Supreme Soul is the endless source of the elevated qualities of the soul. And so you are an elevated soul, an endless source of unconditional pure love for the world. And at this stage, of being surrounded and held by. You remember the whole knowledge that soul is in a journey through this physical world, and this body is a gift for the soul to experience its own elevated. And it's time that the soul will return home beyond the play. The soul will become free from playing a part. Return home. I, soul, am being clean, pure from all the impure and scars, like the dust that are accumulated around the soul along the journey. Hold on to this truth that it's just simple, easy to wash all the weak, old sanskars by staying awake to this constant shower of pure, powerful, loving light of the Supreme. So that becomes the powerful cocoon for me, the soul. And from that space, I see the drama of life, a beautiful flow. It is neither positive nor negative. It is not bringing any harm or not raising my value. And everything that's happening just there, put in the paths. They are there. And as I continue to move on, sitting in that powerful cocoon with my sweet father, every scene of the drama slowly passes us. I see every scene with appreciation, with understanding. Nothing can touch me or harm me. So I let it. And I see every soul with respect and love, as they too are the elevated pure souls, children of God. And in this space, I become easily the knowledgeful soul, the you, and my original elevated sanskars become my easy dharana. My energy constantly gives power, healing, and support to everyone around me. Just for a few more seconds, let me feel that light of the Supreme showering upon me, and I am merged in His love. This is the only, and I experience my beautiful, most elevated, the soul who plays the part of a deity, who is an angel and a support. Om the Thank you everyone.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Anupen. Thank
well.
you. Yeah. Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Divine Family. So we'll connect again tomorrow at 5 a.m. So until then, you all have a beautiful day. Om Shanti.